What's happening, guys? Today I'll talk about energy balance, and in this topic I'm also going to touch on BMR, the basal metabolic rate. We're going to talk about the NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. We're going to talk about the exercise activity thermogenesis, EAT. We're going to talk about thermic effect of food. I'm also going to talk about total daily energy expenditure. Yes, so when you hear the word energy balance, it simply means it is the energy input that you get from the food versus the energy output, the activities that you do. When you talk about the energy output, we're talking about both the internal environment versus the external environment. You understand? Like, say for instance, when you're talking about energy output, let's talk about the way the cell is working, the way the brain is functioning, the way the liver is functioning, the way the stomach is functioning, or rather the way the organs that are inside our body are functioning. They are all using energy. The way the heart is beating, circulating blood or pumping, the way your brain is functioning just to coordinate from the brain to the rest of the body, from the peripheral nervous system, the rest of the body, and some things like that. So they are using energy, a lot of energy. And now this energy is what we call BMR. This is the BMR. Also the activities that we're going to normally do on day to day, like the way I'm holding this cup, I'm using energy to hold this cup. The way I'm talking, I'm using energy to speak. The way I'm waving my arm side to side, energy. The way I'm blinking, that is all energy. You'll find out, in order for you to be alive, you have to eat to get energy, and you have to move to make use of this energy. Because if this energy is not being used besides the internal environment, now the normal activities that we normally do, that's when we promote what we call laziness. Laziness is equivalent to some lifestyle diseases. It could be diabetes, it could be heart diseases. You understand? They are related to not being active physically. What am I saying? When you're addressing the issue on BMR, the BMR takes away 70% of the total daily energy expenditure. You see, the energy expenditure is out of 100. So when we are doing all these activities, I've gone to work, I've cooked, I've done the dishes, I've digested food, I've done what else? I've gone to the gym and I've exercised. At the end of the day, there is some sort of energy expenditure that you'll have consumed in order for you to be active the way you are during the day. That is now what we call the total daily energy expenditure. It is now being taken away from the foods that you're having. You understand? So now that we know that, we have people who are asking, how do I experience fat gain? First, we have weight gain or weight loss and fat loss. These two things are different. When you're talking about weight gain or weight, you want to lose weight, could be losing your water weight, still part of weight loss. You could be losing bone density, like the calcium and the rest. It is still part of weight loss. You have lost some weight. You could be losing muscles, still part of weight loss. You could be losing fats, still part of weight loss. You could be losing everything that I've just mentioned, still part of weight loss. We want to only affect the fats that is in excess in our system. We want to try to be lean or just to be fit, just to move from the negative side of the BMI, which is now the body mass index. If you're obese, you want to move from obese to overweight, from overweight to normal weight. But you don't want to go from normal weight to again underweight. You want to maintain that energy balance. So simply, if you are overweight, it simply means your energy input is higher than your energy output. You're eating more than exercising or just doing the normal activities. That's why you're overweight. You are losing weight if the energy input is lesser than the energy output orally. So your body will be affected, the energy balance will be affected, so you'll start losing weight automatically because you have gone below the threshold. Again, if the energy input is equal to the energy output, you'll maintain. Oh, this is what so many people experience. Maintenance. Or they'll be like, I'm trying to lose 5 kgs or I'm trying to lose 10 pounds or something like that. You're trying to go below the energy balance. But you're wondering, what is it that I'm doing wrong that is not affecting the line? It could be out of several factors. The first factor is BMR. I've spoken about you're not moving. You're eating, but you're not moving. So when you eat and you're not moving, your body will always try to adapt to that stress. Like, you normally eat And then people eat for different reasons. I've come to realize studies have shown us that people don't eat because they are feeling hungry, but people eat out of not, can say, psychological issues. For instance, we have several factors that people assume they are gaining weight. They're thinking that they're gaining weight out of the blues. No, you're gaining weight because of lack of accountability. And the first one is stress. You could be stressed. That's why you're just eating, even without tracking whatever you're eating. You're just eating because maybe you're stressed up. You understand? There are people who, when they're stressed up, is when they gain weight because of these eating disorders. They call it eating disorders. It's a problem. It's a calamity. Other people just eat out of boredom. You're watching Netflix, you're grabbing your popcorn, you're just eating. You don't know this habit of you grabbing popcorns and just eating it up. It's affecting that so-called energy balance or the weight. It's affecting your weight. And in most cases, you're increasing your fat mass and decreasing your muscle mass, especially if you're not accountable. Another thing I've come to realize, people eat anyhowly because they lack sleep. You're like watching the movie all night, so you don't have this so-called sleep. You're like on a sleep deficit. What do? You say, instead of me sitting on my bed all day, let me take my phone, scroll. As you scroll, you see your body is not at rest. It's active. So it will always require energy for it to be alive. Remember that. You'll go to your kitchen, grab some, eat. Or you'll overfeed on that dinner, on that evening. Others, it is out of social events. Like today is Friday. This evening I'll go out to have a party with my friends. In that party they'll throw some few bottles of beer, whiskey and all that, or say alcohol. Food will be passing around left, right and center. I'll be eating. You see, all this habit is still piling up unknowingly. You'll be like, even though I went out last night, I just had a small bite. No, that small bite has calories. So calories do matter. What is calorie? Calories is unit used to measure energy. It's a unit of energy. Every food contains calories. Everything. May it be protein, may it be carbs, may it be fats, may it be micros like vitamins and minerals. They all contain different calories. Calorie is calorie. But calories are different in every food item. This eating disorders is what is actually effing people up because they are not accountable for what they did during the day or in the course of the weekend. And you might be wondering, maybe you are training. Before I go to that point, maybe I'll address on that point later on. But I've already given you the reasons why people having this eating disorder, besides just satisfying their hunger need. That is another point. So, now we know the BMR is a major factor because it takes away 70% of the total daily energy expenditure. Just know, whenever you are eating, before your food be taken away by your workouts, by your walk in a park, by all those other activities, your body must first satisfy the homeostasis, the internal environment first. It must make sure your kidneys are well satisfied, your lungs, your brain. Your brain takes a lot of energy. And your liver, it does take a lot of energy. First, your body must be well maintained, the internal environment, before you go to the rest of the activities. Because your body is trying to survive. It doesn't know that you must exercise and all that. No, that is a by the way. It must first tackle the, we call it, what do we call it? There's a biological term that we normally use. Involuntarily work. Things that you cannot control. It must first handle that before it goes to these other things that you're doing them voluntarily. We have the BMR. You just know if you go above the energy balance, you'll actually lose weight or gain weight. If you go below, you'll lose, regardless of the food that you're eating. That is point number one. Point number two, which is very